Hi guys. I just made a welcome video. It's 20 minutes long, so I'm gonna redo this. I want to shoot for more like 5 minutes. So let me hit the high points. First of all, best way to work through this course. That's one of the main things I wanted to get across in this video. So each week, when you're ready to work on your college algebra for the week, you should click on weekly units. And then the week, I'll have the dates here so you know which week you should be working on. Right now there's only one of them, so it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, you should do the course orientation first, but I'm not gonna get myself slowed down by the details here. Okay, one thing. So each week, one of the first few items is going to be a list of what needs to be completed for that week. So here are the things that need to be turned in by the end of the week. So you can keep coming back to this checklist for the week to make sure that you've done everything that I'm asking you to do for the week. Okay. Now, with each, I'm gonna go past this. I wanna show you the online lesson. Okay, so the main way that this course is delivered is through these things that I'm calling online courses. So think of this as your lecture for the week. So in order to attend class, so you would click on this. It's a PDF, I know, it's not really that exciting when you first open it. But so imagine this is the information that I would be writing on the board when you go to class, when I'm covering section 1.2. The examples, nearly all of the examples will have a link to a video solution. You should have a notebook for this course, just as you would for a face-to-face course. You go to class, you'd open your notebook, start taking notes. So you open the PDF, you start taking notes, especially with the example videos. So you would, my advice is to write down this problem, maybe even try to solve it on your own first. I think that might be a good thing to do. And then click on the video link here and then watch the solution, maybe correct anything that you might have done wrong when you attempted the problem, write out the solution in your notebook the same way if I'm writing it out on the board, which by the way, that's what these video solutions are. I see the whiteboard behind me. I set the laptop up in front of that and I solve the problem, pretend like I'm in class and solve the problem, talk to you about what I'm doing as I solve it. So you'd work through, you'd look at all the examples. A lot of the examples are not going to have a typed solution. It'll just have the video link. So just make sure, like I said, you write out the solutions to these. Now, along the way, you're going to come upon what's called lecture questions. For my online courses, this is one thing that some students will fall in the trap of just staying in Mymathlab all the time and they forget about lecture questions. It's kind of a giveaway that they're not looking at the notes, but so make sure, so you work through these notes. When you come upon a lecture question, get out a separate sheet of paper and solve that problem. Or if you have, a tablet or something where you can handwrite the work electronically, that's fine too. It needs to be handwritten just so I know it's a way of verifying that it's your work. I can just see that it's consistent with other handwriting you might submit. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's my request, is that it's handwritten. So whether it's on paper or if it's on a tablet or whatever, that's fine. So save that. If you solve it on paper, there will be a few other lecture questions for the week. So you just don't lose that sheet of paper, or go ahead and take a picture of it. And then you'll submit all the lecture questions together at the end of the week. There'll be a total of like around 3 or 4 each week. Notice the similarity here between this problem that I'm asking you to solve and the example right before it. So I try to do that for the most part with these lecture questions. So you look at the video of me solving this problem and then you try on your own to solve a very similar problem. And so the notes that you took here should be really helpful in figuring out how to solve this problem. You're also more than welcome to email me for help with lecture questions. These are not like quizzes. It's just meant as honestly, one reason is just to make sure everybody opens the PDF, but also a way to check your understanding as you're going through the notes. And then contact me if you're having, problems with it, and I'll help. Okay, so that's how you attend class. And it's important that you go to class before you work on the homework. So just like you would in a face-to-face class. It's going to take you probably a good amount of time to go through these notes if you're doing it right. So think of that as, yeah, it's your time spent in lecture. It's also your study time as you're going through this. And then, like I said, once all that's done, then you would go to the homework. I'm sure you guys will notice most of this stuff on your own, but Mymathlab has a lot of built-in help. Just don't get too hooked on Mymathlab and like start ignoring the online lessons that I put in Blackboard. I think that the homework's going to be a lot less stressful. You'll work through it more efficiently if you put in the study time before and write out your notes before you work on the homework. So then you can have your notes open from when you just went over that PDF. And I mean, notice how this problem right here is similar to what you already saw in a video solution that I did and what you already practiced in a lecture question. The repetition is kind of key in a math course to really master the material, unfortunately. I'm not going to make a lot of 27 question assignments. I'm sorry this one is so long. This is over half of your problems for the week, though. I think I'm still working on setting up sections 1.3 and 1.4, but those are not going to be more than 10 questions each. So this is well over half of your material for the week, just so you know. Okay, and then I think that's all I need to tell you right now. I jotted down notes I wanted to be sure I told you in this video. Yeah, those are the high points. Sorry, one more thing. This is regarding the textbook, so if you already know how to get the textbook, then you can stop the video. But I just want to clarify, because this is kind of a different system, maybe, than you're used to. The cost of the textbook, which is quote-unquote textbook in this course, it's Mymathlab. You need access to Mymathlab. That's the only course material you're required to have. When you have access to Mymathlab, you have access to the online textbook. The cost of Mymathlab was rolled into your tuition for this course. So you're already kind of being billed for Mymathlab. So you don't need to actively go out and pay for anything. Don't go to the Mymathlab site and pay there for Mymathlab access. If you click on course materials info, you will see, there it is, reveal access code. So which is what if you go and purchase a Mymathlab access somewhere else, that's what you're buying, is the access code. The price that you're paying when it's rolled in with your tuition is this amount, $67.66. So if you have access to my Mymathlab access code some other way, then you can opt out. So that charge will be taken off of your bill through Sanjak. Just feel free and contact me if you're at all unsure. Like, I think maybe I should opt out. If you are retaking college algebra, that's the main thing. If you took college algebra already with this textbook, Blitzer 7th edition, you use Mymathlab, then you should not have to pay again, and you should opt out. But if you want to email me to check in with me first, I can help advise you on that. But the majority of you are probably going to want to just stick with the charge, because this is a lower price. The college gets you a discounted price when they buy everybody's access codes together. So I mean, you can look around online. Just be careful about buying it from just somebody who's selling on a code on eBay, because people do sell codes that they already used, which are not going to work. So be careful about that. Okay, but so all you have to do to get your Mymathlab access code is just click Reveal Access Code. And that should do it. There is information about how exactly to enroll in Mymathlab included in this under Start here, the course orientation. There's an item here, Enroll in Mymathlab. And I've got a PDF here to walk you through that process. So I'm not going to put that in this video, but that's how you should enroll in Mymathlab is through Blackboard. It's important that you do that because the grade books are going to be linked then. Yeah, again, I'm going to try not to go on about everything. I happen to see one other thing, though, and I really am going to stop this video. That diagnostic assessment. Let's see if I can go. Okay, here. This is totally optional. But if you want, if you feel like you're there's some skills, like you're really weak on factoring and you want to brush up on factoring, this is a good way to do it. So after you take this assessment, it's going to assign you some tutorial videos to help with whatever problems you got wrong. So this is completely just on your own. If you want to use this diagnostic assessment to study, I'm not going to use that grade for anything. So you are taking that assessment without any, don't worry about any repercussions on your grade. That's not going to happen. It's just an extra tool to help get you ready. Okay, I need to end this video 10 minutes, not 20 at least. I'm glad you guys watched this video to the end. You're the like special few, committed few who got to the end of this video. Look forward to working with you guys later this week, or well, next week, because today's Friday.